All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to stream. Oh my god, that was really rough on my voice. I'm sorry. I sounded like gravel for a second there. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? What's the energy? What's the vibe? How are we vibing today? Hi. I'm already dying. It's true. How am I? I'm really sleepy. I am currently curled up, like, kind of wrapped in a blanket. Specifically, one of the IKEA Halloween ones. You know, the ones with that are black and white with the ghosts all over them. That one. Um, kind of half asleep. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, but that's my own fault. Because I was reading for like 2.5 hours. Hello. Great way to start the stream. I know. Amazing. Hope you're all doing today. Hope you're all doing well today. Same. I am indeed a burrito. I'm kind of a half burrito. I think I am more of a wrap. Not quite a burrito, but a wrap. Because a burrito is like folded a specific way, but a wrap is just like kind of lazily placed one over the other. But yes. As the stream says today, we are going to be talking about, what do you call it? We're going to be talking about visual storytelling with settings, specifically. Because visual storytelling usually is not just settings, it is everything. But we're going to be talking about it with settings specifically today. I didn't put out a poll because I was like, this is again one of those streams where I'm like, I'm going to do what I want for today. Tortilla-esque or just wrap? I don't know. What would you call the farmer's wrap from Tim Hortons? What would we call that? You ever see, is any Canadians, any of you seen the video that's like, I am addicted to an ice cap and farmer's wrap from Tim Hortons? That's me, except it's not an ice cap. I love the strawberry watermelon refresher. That's me. But yes. I also haven't had an ice cap in a while. The first time I ever had an ice cap, I thought it was gross because I hated coffee, but now I drink coffee, so I'm like, maybe I'll like it more. But yes, we're going to be talking about visual storytelling today. But before we get into that, got a couple things to say. Because our mission here at Wing Canvas is to make art education easily accessible to everyone. Join us for free live stream lessons every week, because we're not just a YouTube channel, we are an online school of illustration, helping art nerds turn their passion into income. So shout out to our amazing students and members for supporting our mission, because we love seeing your incredible artwork and watching your skills improve in our classes and weekly critiques. But if you're an art nerd, be sure to join our Discord. You can find our notes and artwork from streams, as well as art challenges and other resources to help you improve as an artist. Cool and epic. Pretty sick. And one more thing before we get into it properly. We have our submissions. We've got art submissions for today. If you didn't know, with our Discord, every month we have a new theme. Every time that you submit some work via the theme, you have a chance to be featured at the beginning of streams. This month's theme is all about perspective drawing with buildings. Awesome architecture. And today and this Sunday are the last 2 days to submit before we swap our themes again for when May comes around. But yes. This first one is by Castle. I am loving this. I love the kind of like storybook-esque look that this has. The way that all like the buildings are like thrown about and they're like kind of blown away in the wind. I love this. It's giving whimsy. It really feels whimsical, and I enjoy the colors. I enjoy the way that everything is kind of... I enjoy that it's not super clean, and I think that that's really fun. It gives it a little more personality. But yeah, thanks so much for submitting. Next piece is by Chief Flame. Chief Flame, every time, I was like, we all kind of like have like a half, like... Every time the Chief Flame submits, I feel like there's like a minor race to see who can who can feature Chief Flame. So I'm glad it's me this time. This is lovely. Always amazing lighting is always super fun. Piece as per usual. I don't see you do too many buildings, so this is a nice like kind of kind of change of pace, but I love this. Thank you so much for submitting. Last but not least, we have Mia. This is done traditionally, looks like it's marker with pen. We always enjoy a good traditional illustration piece. I love the colors. I love, again, it's always so daunting to do perspective traditionally, so I applaud you for that. Well done. Loving this little sunset. It almost looks like, I'm assuming it's sand, but I also kind of like that it looks almost like a salt flat. You ever seen those? I love those, where it's like, it looks like a mirror when it's wet, but like when it's like dry, it's just like white all around. Super cool. I love it. Thank you so much for submitting. Thank you to all three of you for submitting. And remember, if you would like to submit for a chance to be featured at the beginning of streams, next time, make sure to join the Discord, because it's a section of our art submissions. And again, you have like one more day to submit for the architecture theme before it is swapped for the month of May. But yeah, cool and epic. Love that, love that, love that. We're actually gonna have a lecture today. There's gonna be notes. Which, again, join the Discord, you can have these notes at the end, after we do this lesson bit. Which I haven't done I haven't done a full lesson for a stream in a while, so that's gonna be fun. My mentorship students, visual storytelling with settings. My mentorship students, which another mentorship, my mentorship, I guess, is so popular. We're adding another one. So I'm gonna have 2 mentorships now. But my mentorship students right now, they're in the 3-week, like, lesson of, like, bones and, like, bone anatomy. And I think it's really, it's really throwing them for a loop. I feel a little bad. But, you know, difficult lessons are difficult for a reason. Visual storytelling with settings. Miss Popular, I guess. I am just a guy. She enjoys making her students suffer. No, I don't. I do not. If I enjoyed it, then I would tell them that I enjoyed it. Agreeable. Relatable, even. Bones aren't too hard. I told my students that I'm like, of learning bones versus muscles, bones are a lot easier, which is why I prefer to teach bones as well, especially if you're getting into the more scientific part of anatomy. I'm like, I will teach you bones. It's like, if they are more advanced, I might get into muscles, but I don't think my current round of students are advanced enough to get into muscles, which is fine, because muscles are really tough. So, you know. But visual storytelling with settings. Visual storytelling, if you don't know what that is, it is using imagery to tell a story or give information without words, okay? It isn't necessarily that you are telling an actual story. Visual storytelling isn't always necessarily like, oh, this is what happened point A, then to point B, right? It can be that, but it isn't always that. Sometimes it is just giving you information, right, about who lives there, or what happened, or, like, what this place is for, right? Visual storytelling is either telling a story or giving information without words. It is only using what is visually there to allow the viewer to make educated guesses about the setting that you're in, right? For settings specifically, it is breathing life into a setting. Visual storytelling helps breathe life into a setting. It also helps it feel more grounded, right? This is what visual storytelling is, what gives a setting personality, okay? Because anybody can draw a bedroom, but there's a difference between like an artist's bedroom versus like a scientist's bedroom versus like a historian's bedroom versus like maybe an accountant's bedroom, right? And you can use visual storytelling to tell the viewer, like, hey, this is who lives here. This is the kind of person that lives here. This is maybe the type of things that go on in here, right? So visual storytelling is how we give a setting personality, in a way. All right. And especially when we are coming up with a setting, right, when we are designing it ourselves, we want to remember the 5 W's plus H, right? Who, what, where, when, why, and how, right? And we want to pair said things with research and references, okay? When we're designing a setting, right, we want to think of who lives there, what goes on in there, where are we, what is the setting itself, when are we? Because remember, a scientist's office is going to look different today than it did back in the 1600s, right? Why do they need this room? Why are they using it? Why are these things in here? And how? How are things working? How are things happening, right? Ignore the H, it's actually W in disguise. Yeah, the W's at the end this time. Oh, if we put it back up to the front, it's who? That's crazy. How is just an anagram. But right, it depends. It doesn't really matter whether you are just giving information or if you are actually telling a story, right? Who is in this room or who is involved in the story, right? That you're trying to portray. What happens here? What is going on? What happened, right? Where are we? Which makes sense because it's a setting. Doesn't matter either way. When are we? Again, 1500 is going to look different to today. The future is going to look different to today, right? Why do they need this room? Why is this here? Why are we looking in this setting, right? And how? How are things working? How are cogs and wheels turning, right? And you always want to pair all of this with research and references. Research, right? Especially if you are writing about something that is in a different time period, the when, right? You want to make sure that you are getting things visually accurate. You want to make sure that you are getting some mechanical things correct, right? Anatomical things correct, right? And then references, right? When we are using references, please, I'm begging you to use photos. I am on my hands and knees begging you to use photos, right? Try to use photos, all right? If it is something more fantastical, like it is more fantasy based, right? You can have it, like, you can use illustrations as, like, inspiration in a way, but if you need physical references, like, I don't know how to draw this, get a photo. Drawings always have room for error, right? I don't even need to talk about AI, right? But photos are, like, photos are photos, right? It's a thing. It's either a photo or an object that's directly in front of you, or take the reference yourself. Go outside, touch grass, you know, right? Go and look for what you are looking for. Take the reference photo yourself. Maybe go into that pose, or like go somewhere that you enjoy. Go to a museum or something. I don't know. Go to wherever, right? pair your research with references. Pair with research and references, okay? What do you mean by what happened? It depends. So if we are talking about visual storytelling in the way where it is using imagery to actually tell a story, you can set up objects. I'm actually going to get into it, but you can set up objects or set up a setting in a way where you can physically tell somebody what went on in said room, right? Or it can be like what happened, like it can be more like not necessarily what happened, but what goes on, right? Like what happens in this room, like what is this room used for, right? Like a swimming pool is going to be used differently than like a gymnasium, right? Like it's going to be like two different things. What happens in there? What is this room used for? That kind of thing, right? But let's get into that. No photos of unicorns to be found. Maybe photos of paintings of them. You look up a horse. And then you can put the horn wherever you want, I guess. But yeah. Let me give you an example of a setting. This is not going to be my final illustration, but let me give you an example of imagery that tells a story. Alright. Let's just... Alright, let's say that we want to illustrate, like, a room that's, like, let's say we want to do a science lab. And somebody in there was like, yes, exactly. If you can't get an exact reference, you can get things that are close and extrapolate. 1000%. That's why creativity is all about coming up with solutions. Art is like 90% solution and problem solving. Okay? And it's that kind of thing where it's like you won't ever find exact answers for things. You have to come up with them yourself. Alright, let's say that we're in like a science lab, we're in a lab, and somebody mixed two things together that they probably shouldn't have, and it blew up half of the lab, okay? How do we show this? Really, really simple. First of all, let's say that we've got our room going on, right? We've got kind of our... Maybe it's a classroom. Let's say we've got a classroom, we've got the kind of science benches going on. This is gonna suck, but just bear with me. Let's say we've got the kind of science benches going on, right? You know, the ones where it's like you're in your science class and you're with like a lab partner or something, and you got like the tall sort of benches going on. And right now, all we've got are tables. How do I make this look more like this is a science-y room? Okay. First thing we can do, right? These desks are looking really, really barren. Well, first of all, let me give them some stools, because my science room always had stools. We didn't have chairs. We had stools for our desk. Day 6 lacks accident. That's really funny. That's a really good one too. But yeah, let's say that we've got like some sciencey things going on. Maybe we've got like some posters on the wall that are like sciencey, right? It's like, oh, there's like test tubes and whatever, and like charts and stuff like that, right? Sciencey, whatever, right? Stuff like that. Yours were square? That's so funny. Ours were circles. Ours were circular. But let's say we've got that. Let's say that this desk is the offender, right? Let's say that these students are the offenders here, right? We're not gonna draw in students, but like maybe we have like a broken beaker in the center, right? And it is surrounded by just soot, and it goes off in like every direction, right? And what this tells us, every direction around it, what this tells us is that the beaker is the source, right? We've got soot that leads directly there, right? Let's say that the soot continues on the ground, right? It continues everywhere. So this was a huge explosion because it affected multiple things. Could be funny, we have like the outline of the students on the ground as the like explosion went around them. So it's almost like the soot, you know, kind of goes around like that. You got a little bit on the desks up here too, but not like crazy, right? So we've got that. That's pretty crazy. We'll have some glass kind of on the ground, right? It's all kind of exploded around. And then we want like beakers and things, right? But an explosion just happened, so maybe they're knocked over. It's like we've got like things that are all sort of like, you know, like knocked over. Things are kind of fallen, and it's all in the direction again of the explosion. So it is again kind of bringing home like, oh, this is the source of some kind. All right. And maybe we've got like a textbook here. It's also kind of like just flung to the side a little bit. More beakers and whatever. Maybe a beaker on the ground. It's kind of broken in half, and there's like a little puddle of whatever on the ground, right? Stuff like that, right? I like the idea of like having stuff like with like graffiti to show that they're younger students. That could also work too, like they're teenagers or whatever. It's like maybe there's like just stuff that isn't like part of the explosion. It just tells you what grade they're in. Maybe the textbook can have like what their grade is, right? Stuff like that, right? Stuff like that. And so he didn't do their reading assignment last night, yeah. But stuff like that, right? These sort of like little details, things like this, and that tells us a physical story, right? So beaker exploded. Alright, so the beaker is exploded. This is a classroom with stools and science benches, right? Knocked over items and whatnot. Right, we want to use the small details to create the big picture. Okay? Stuff like that. How would you figure out how much realism to sacrifice in order to have more visual storytelling? Like, I feel like adding more visuals helps tell a story, but takes away from being realistic. That isn't necessarily true. If adding more doesn't necessarily mean that it becomes less realistic. Sometimes you want less to feel like it fits the space, and sometimes you want more to fill the space, right? Realistically, I didn't actually add that much here, and this tells the story just fine. I could add more. I could add graffiti, I could add stools, I could add stuff like that, but this is good, right? I probably would add graffiti and things like that because this is a teenager's science room, right? We want to make it look busy. We want to make it look lived in. We want to make it look worn, right? Stuff like that. It is dependent per setting, right? Let's say that this was like a professional scientist's like lab, right? And something exploded. We'd probably have like less things knocked. We probably wouldn't have those like graffitis. We probably wouldn't have like little posters like this on the wall. We probably wouldn't have benches like this either. It'd be a much more professional setting. Right? So it depends on what you are trying to create. It depends on what you are hoping to create with your own setting, in which then that is going back to the 5 W's, right? Who is in this setting? What is this setting used for? Where are we? When are we? Why is this setting being used? How is the setting being used? Right? And you kind of have to use that. It's problem solving. It's using that sort of strain of like logic and being like, okay, how am I going to translate this? What do I need to add in here? What do I need to take away? Right? And stuff like that. Also comes down to your preference, the mood of the story. A silly story will be more likely to have character-shaped holes in those And this than a more realistic one, 1000%. Yeah, it also depends on like what mood you want. That's again a what, right? What are we doing? What's the mood? What's the story? What blah blah blah, right? 5 W's plus H are really, really crucial. All right, let's say that we have a story that is just information. Let's say that we have a story that visual storytelling that is just information. This is not one where it's like we are showing something that has physically happened. We are using our these objects and this setting to tell an actual story that's gone on. This is just giving us information. It is telling us about the person. It's telling us a story, quote unquote. It is telling us about the character or the people or what kind of setting this is as a whole, right? Let's say that we're drawing an aquarium. Okay? Let's say that we're drawing an aquarium. Okay? There's no story attached to this aquarium. We just need to make sure that they know the what, that this is an aquarium. And let's say that this is an aquarium aimed more at children, right? Not necessarily for like adults, but let's say that this is more of like a children's aquarium, right? So let's say we've got like the big tank over here. And have a kind of a hallway over here. It's another wall that goes all the way to the end. Like this. This perspective is not good, but whatever. Let's say that we've got this going on. You've got kind of a step up here. So you've got a lot of tiny people that are going up and looking at the fish. But they are also tiny people, so they might not be smart enough to know not to touch the tank. So we have a little bars here. Like that. And we can have a little sign. It's like, don't tap on the glass. You know? And then there's just lots of fish. Let's give him a shark. It's gonna be a thresher shark, because I like thresher sharks. Spectre just gives info. It's a kid that assembled it. And then we've got this wall. And maybe, you know, it's a children's like aquarium. Maybe these are like fun-shaped tanks that are more like orbs, right? So you're kind of looking in, right, inside the tank rather than just like to the side. And every time that I see these, they're like seahorses. So let's say that I don't know how to draw seahorse. Let's say that they've got seahorses or whatever. That's close enough. I guess that's gotta be close enough, right? Right, little seahorses. And maybe like the ground has like little lily pad decor. Right, this is the most unorganized aquarium ever. But like you would research into what an aquarium has. Right, and what you might want. Stuff like that. Or jellyfish, true, could be jellyfish. Let's have jellyfish over here. Why not? Ooh, jellyfish. And this little fun little information thingies off to the side of the tank. Shaped like bubbles. Because it's fun. We want it to be fun. Let's say they've got seahorses. The seahorses. That's close enough, you know? For something that tiny. That's funny. I like that. I genuinely don't know how to draw seahorses. Like, if I actually tried to draw a seahorse from memory, it would be like something like that. And like, you can tell that that's a seahorse. Like, it's like, that's a seahorse. Like, you can tell. Listen, my personal favorite animals are the ones that I do from memory. I drew a porcupine. It's pretty seahorse-like. Yeah, it is close enough. I drew a porcupine from memory the other day, and like that's pretty porcupine-like, I think, you know? I think it's porcupine. Horse from memory. I grew up watching My Little Pony. So I'm actually, my mind horse is pretty good, actually. As a hedgehog. Oh, you're right, my fault, gang. I meant hedgehog. I mix them up all the time. Porcupine. Okay, then a porcupine is more like... Right? I mix them up a lot. This is porcupine. This is hedgehog. You know? You know? So not as hard as people say they are. Horses are pretty hard. I won't lie. Like if you actually try and draw a horse from memory and you've never properly done it before, Sonic looks great. Sorry, this is such a tangent. I went to go and see Scribble Showdown a few years ago, and Jaden Animations was there, and she was live. And she drew Sonic from memory in, like, 10 seconds. And it was, like, the way that she drew him, it was, like... like this. And I'll never... This altered me forever. Like, this is how I draw, like, people who are, like, drawing out. Like, that like, altered me forever. This is just how I draw people who are, like, extra dry. Now, it's so funny. But yeah, let's say that we have jellyfish lights, too. Why not? Just jellyfish lights. Because that's fun for the kitties! You know? Stuff like that. Right? So pure information is not necessarily like, oh, we're telling a story. This is just telling us where we are. Right? Aquarium. For children. Right? I tried to read it from memory. Alright. Well, we use details to tell the viewers the purpose of the setting, right? The 5 W's plus H is super crucial, as is research, right? We want to remember these really, really well, especially when we're trying to give information. And research is also super crucial, right? This is an aquarium for children, so it's like, what do you think children would like? They'd like fun, interactive things. They'd like colors. They'd like big, bright, colorful, you know, things like that, right? It's just meant for children. It's meant for a younger audience, so we want to make sure that this looks like it is for a younger audience, right? A scientific museum that is for children is very different from a scientific museum for adults, right? A history museum for children is going to look different than a history museum for adults, right? You will, with a children's museum, you'll have more interactivity, you'll have more color, you'll have more activities for kids to do, right? With an adult one, everything's behind glass. It's sleek. It's very, very clean, right? It's very, very, like, there are less, like, don't tap on the glass things because they kind of just expect you to know not to do that, right? Stuff like that, right? Research is really important, and kind of common sense is also really, really important when you are using settings exclusively for information. But this is the one that you're going to do the most, realistically, right? Realistically, this type of visual storytelling is the one that you're going to be doing the most, because when you are drawing backgrounds, this should always be the aim. You should always be like, okay, this background is for some kind of counter. My adult friend whose special interest is marine life would also be stoked to go here. No, I would be stoked to go here. You're kidding me? Toronto, we have an aquarium. It's called Ripley's Aquarium. And it is technically meant for children. It's an interactive aquarium. I got the bubble thing from that. I love that aquarium. I've been so much. It's so fun. It's boring. You're crazy. I love it there. You're nuts. Love that place. But yes, realistically, you are going to be doing... I also love petting the stingrays. Field trips to the aquarium. Let's go. I'm down. Realistically, you're going to be doing this the most. Because when you are drawing any sort of setting, you should be thinking about what information you want to give off. You want to think about what this setting is used for. It doesn't have to be an interior. It could be an exterior too. If you're drawing a city, right, it's going to look like a city. And what kind of city it is, like where it's located, what sort of like place this is supposed to look like, you're also going to have to think of that too. If it's more suburban, if it's more urban, if it is a city from the 1600s, if it's a city from the 3000s, right? Whatever that looks like to you, that is going to change how this setting is going to look, right? It's a lot easier to do the inside of a room, but if you have a full proper setting, that can be a lot more complicated, okay? So we want to make sure that we are thinking about that, and this technically is the more important of the two, but you've got two different examples here, okay? Have a good one, Vin. But there we go. There's that for you. No, not an if format. Is it a Ripley's Aquarium, Myrtle Beach? Oh, fun. Calling an aquarium like that boring shows how boring you are. They for a while had, as a limited exhibit at Ripley's, they had flashlight fish. If you've never seen a flashlight fish, D&D people, I based one of my, I played a water ganassi once. I based my water ganassi on flashlight fish. If you've never seen a flashlight fish, they're so cool because they glow in the dark. They do this fun little magic. They look like that. Oh, is this the GIF? Or is it? No, it's not. This is a YouTube thumbnail. Please. There's a fun one where it's like you get to watch because they blink. It's their eyes. So these blink. And they like glow in the dark. And it was like a dark room and you would walk in and they're just swimming around and like blinking at you. And I was like, oh, they're so funny. I love them. Oh, it's the GIF. It is, please. Yeah, see? You see? They're so cool. I love them. They're so fun. This exhibit is no longer there. I believe they have a mantis shrimp now instead as their limited one, along with like various reptiles. But this is so... I love them so much. They're so funny. Flashlight fish. You know? Protogen-looking fish. They're so cool. They're so cool! I love fish. I love fish. Fish kind of just be doing whatever they want. You know? You never gone to an aquarium before? Oh, you should go! It's like a character from Pressure. I don't know that one. But yeah, no. I personally love aquariums so much. I still need to take my partner on an aquarium date. We've been with friends, but never one-on-one with each other. So let's stop me from eating sushi. I love salmon too much. I went to a sushi hand roll bar recently for my best friend's birthday. I went to Toronto's very first hand roll bar. So again, Toronto people, keep that in your brain. I went to Toronto's very first hand roll bar. Delicious, by the way. Amazing. You order the a la carte stuff. Realistically, you only need to order 2 or 3 and you're full, which is, like, funny. Aquarium is just the best date place to go on a date. It's true. No, aquariums are one of the best places you can go for a date. It's true. Any of my mods, if you want to ask where I went, I will tell you. Okay, illustration time. I don't think I have an aquarium near where I live, sadly. It's road trip time. Time to go on a road trip. Time to go. I love sushi, but the good stuff is so expensive. The most expensive sushi I've ever had was worth the price. I paid... Oh, man. It was my best friend's birthday, again. And took us to omakase, which if you don't know what an omakase is, it is where the sushi chef, like, makes it in front of you and, like, hands it to you. Freshest fish I've ever had in my life. My lord. It was almost $300 with tip. For two people. But, you know, it was a cheaper omakase, which says something. But no, it was really good. Do crab rangoons count? No. See, crab rangoons are American created. They're American created and are quote unquote Chinese food because they're like, it's the Americanized version of Chinese food. Because crab rangoons are just crab wontons but fried. It's like a fried wonton is what that is, but then they kind of respun it again, and it is like with the cream cheese and like all that added. It's very Americanized. Live in West Coast Canada, sushi's plentiful and delicious. Oh, like far West Coast? Because I'm also West, but like I'm Ontario, so not super far west, but far West Coast. Oh, I'm visiting Nova Scotia later in the year, and I'm so excited. Yeah, American Chinese. You've never had lobster? Minsky. Yeah, lobster. Melted garlic butter next to it. You dip that bad boy directly in there. You eat it. Delicious. I'd love to draw backgrounds for my pictures. Two main problems: perspective and architecture. Why must fantasy buildings and buildings generally be so hard? Don't think of them as buildings first. Think of them as rectangles. Think of them as rectangles, then you think of them as cubes, then you think of them as buildings. Drawing a cube is a lot less daunting than a building is. And if you can draw a cube in perspective, then you can do anything in perspective. Live in Eastern America on the coast. There's lots of lobsters. Yeah! Time to have lobster. Neither have I, but I'm young, so what do you expect? I don't know how our ages compare. Do not share your age immediately. Do not share any ages in chat. I'm quite young as well, but I've had lobster and many things. Again, Toronto is the most, what do you call it? Not versatile. Oh no. The most diverse city in the world. So, I've had most foods. There are very few that I haven't. Lobster's delicious. Also, Food Talk makes me want to watch a food drawing stream. Oh my god. I'm actually really bad at food illustration. I also need to think of what I'm going to draw today. I have no clue. Tried lobster, tastes weirdly likes eggs. Maybe you had bad lobster. Rectangles and cubes, I'll try that, thank you. Yeah, because realistically, right, if you are like, oh, I need to draw something in 1 point perspective, a cube is really easy to draw in 1 point perspective. Right? Like, you don't really need to think too hard about it. And the second that you know how to draw a cube, you know how to draw a building too. Because what's an apartment building if not a rectangle with windows? Right? And I just add windows. What? Crazy. Right? I just did a city for a class demo recently. Like last week. Where is it? There you are. I actually really like this one. I did this as a demo for a class, which I had to do outside of class because I was way too ambitious. So I did like maybe half of it in class and then half of it out of class. But this was a fun one. It was like I did all the lining within class and the coloring was outside. It's the finished version? Yeah. I uploaded it on Thursday. So this is the finished one. Yeah. Graffiti looks great. Thank you. It's all hand done. You can read it. You like the goldfish one that says smile back? Because it's the smack that smiles back. Goldfish. Love Black Shady so much. Yeah, I also love Black Shady. It's very, very comic-y. It's one of my favorite things to do. Modern style places and cartoon style. Could do a spaceport? A spaceport. Don't know how I would do a spaceport. This is amazing. Thank you. Yeah, I like this one. I did black shading for all my drawings a few years ago. I use black work and black shading for comic work all the time because I'm a comic fiend. Here, let me pull up a page that I just did. I think it's page 9. Yeah, here, because you can see like the edges of like the line work and whatnot. Is like, I love that kind of like using it, letting the line work do a lot of the talking is just so fun. I think page 8 looks better. Da-da-da-da. Yeah, there we go. Using like line work as like a way to like have, using the line work to do most of the talking is my favorite thing ever. It's really, really fun. Where can I read your comics? I haven't released it yet. So this is not, these are not done. I still need to add color. To which I actually might be paying my best friend to be my colorist because I don't like coloring comic pages too much. But yeah, it'll be releasing, I hope, this year. So we'll see. We'll be on Webtoon probably. Yeah, I'm starting on Webtoon and to pass again, and then I'll probably shunt off of it at some point. But we'll see what happens. Thank you, modern junk backgrounds, landscapes. I guess the next step, push the composition, human and animal gesture. You can push the yeah, 1000%. It like start off basic, 1000%. It's a good way to start, and then get more into it, and it becomes more fun. Like a trading port with a spaceship. Now here's the problem. I don't know how to draw a trading port either. I don't want to draw ships, bro. I don't want to. I just realized that. Nope, we're not doing vehicles. That's the only thing that I hate drawing. It's vehicular devices. It's not hard to build a personal website rather than rely on Webtoon. See, here's the thing, is that Webtoon is a good way to build numbers. So I'm like, I am also thinking on like a numbers scale as well, which you kind of have to do. And I'm like, I will probably build a personal site afterwards. Okay, my bad, I just thought it was cool. No, it is cool. I wouldn't do it for a stream though, because I don't trust myself, but maybe I'll do that another day. Bar, tavern, treehouse, treehouse. Treehouse, eh? You know, I've actually never drawn a treehouse. Let's do a treehouse. That sounds like fun. Let's do it. Let's do it. Thank you, Unicorn. I like your name. I am thinking, again, like a children's tree house. I've never done one of those before. I've done, like, a house in a tree, but I've never done, like, a proper, like, children's, like, tree house before. Excited for that. That's fun. Cool. Let's do some funky perspective. Yeah. As you get better with perspective, you start to realize that the less exact you are, the more fun it actually looks. And especially with things like this, that's like, oh, it's gonna be like a tree house. It's gonna be like as if it's like built together with like wooden planks and whatnot, and it's gonna be a little bit shoddy. You'll find that it's actually more fun to have it be a little bit less exact, right? And then but being able to intentionally make your perspective a little less exact is very complicated because it still needs to be good enough to where it reads fine. Right? So you need to be like, you will have to have a pretty good grasp on perspective before you can attempt perspective that is not perfect, you know? Never good at it. I usually put the house inside the leaves. I mean, that's kind of fun. I had a treehouse for a bit. It was a glorified shed on a platform near a tree, but it was a nice place to read even a little cold. That's fun. So you're a university? Yeah, I am a university building. That's, I am physically, I am a university building. I'm kidding. I kid. I joke. I joke. Do you mean like I teach at a university, or like I am in university, or I actually don't. I'm genuinely like I don't. I don't know what you mean. Yeah, like I teach at a university, or no, I believe it. Yeah, thanks. I'm always a good reference for Treehouses. I was genuinely thinking of a party while I was drawing this. Yeah, no, I don't teach at a university. This channel is an independent art school. So when I say my students, it is the students that take the classes here at Wink Canvas. But yeah, we are an online art school, so I am one of the instructors. Yeah, exclamation point classes if you want to find those. I have been to university though. I didn't stay, but I have been there. I'm thinking we have a toy box right here. And it's got a latch on it because it's for super secret club members only. I'm gonna go to art school after high. Oh, fun. I won't ask you where because I don't want you to dox yourself, but good luck. Art school is fun, but make sure that you always listen to the Rate My Professors app. Because usually they're right. Not planned that far. I just want to say I just want to go to one. Okay, that's fair. Yeah. I say they're a building. True. Did you go to university? I visited. No, I went to university for a year and a half. I went to college for a year as well. But there are like some pretty intense things that I learned at university, but I am majority self-taught. We'll have like a club. Members only. Right there. I feel like art schools have teachers that teach at an art school for a reason. Yeah. That's about right. That's a good way to describe it. Do you have any idea if there's art colleges with storyboarding classes or degrees? I'm looking into being a storyboard artist. I can't seem to find any. You take animation class. Take animation school. Which is going to be a lot harder, but usually you can't get classes that are exclusively storyboarding. It's going to be, like, storyboarding is part of a curriculum. Usually, more likely than not, it is going to be animation or video game art, one of those two. Any advice for a person wanting to go into Viz Dev? Oh, I love visual development. Viz Dev, you need to have a really, really good fundamentals base. Because Viz Dev, not only do you have to be creative, but you also have to be, like, the type of person who is like, oh yeah, I can come up with this thing, and it's gonna be really cool, but it's also gonna make sense. It's gonna make sense scientifically. And that's gonna be weird. Because, like, what the heck? This is a dragon on stilts, right? That kind of thing. Viz Dev is being not only, like, creative, but it's also being smart. So, weirdly enough, I would recommend getting into things that are not only art. If you really like science, get into some scientific things. If you really like mathematics, keep up with mathematics. If there are other things that are, like, less artsy, more like concrete, I would recommend that you start to learn that a little bit more as well. Kind of agree. Would I apply for Viz Dev? It depends. Visual development is for any production lines, so if you would rather do Viz Dev for animation, if you'd rather do Viz Dev for games, that is up to you. So kind of figure out what Viz Dev, and what area of Viz Dev you'd prefer to be in. Yeah, Viz Dev stands for visual development. Yeah, for those who don't know, Viz Dev is the pre-production before they actually animate. So it's the concept artists, it's the background artists, it's the everything like that, right? So there are lots of branches of visual development. For a while, I did creature design for visual development. I was one of those concept artists. So stuff like that. It's like the stuff like that. Have these base skeleton in my art. Second layer with like example line art to work off, and the line art. Don't need to draw characters without skeletons. So I'm like, what? Like just going straight into it? Like if you just like don't think about it too hard. I need like a minor amount if I want to be like somewhat okay with it, but it's a lot of memorization. A lot of memorization, a lot of... Where did I go? Where did I go? There we go. Pre-liners often called refined sketch. Yeah, refined sketch. That's about right. Online commissions always had trouble with like pricing. Do you have any suggestions? What did I tell that one? Well, you know what? Actually, Joe, pull up the videos. I'm good. If you can grab those links, that'd be great. We have videos on commissions, how to price them. That's from me. I recorded those. I recorded those, and I'm visually on screen too. Thank you, Joe. I appreciate you greatly. My hair drawing nemesis heard the same face syndrome or same hair syndrome. I love drawing different styles of hair. I didn't realize that's another thing. I've slowly, as I have been teaching for longer and longer, there are more and more things that I did not realize were struggles for people because they were just so easy and like for me. And like it wasn't until my dad and my brother both were like, because I'm from an artist family, they were both like, I hate drawing hair. And I was like, you hate drawing hair? I'm like, hair is so fun and easy though. And they're like, no. Hair is so hard. And I'm like, what? Hair is so fun. Hair is so easy. Yeah, you're not alone. Hair is apparently complicated. Think of your hair like ribbons. Do some research. Look into other hairstyles. Try and feel inspired off of other people's hair. There are lots of models that you can look at online. Hair especially, there are lots of different fun things that you can look into. Lots of hair textures that differ person per person, right? So you want to look into those too. Could be fun. Hair's a little annoying for some. I can do it fine, but designing it for men is hard. That's why you don't put a limiter on yourself with sex and gender. Who cares if they're a man? I personally am of the opinion a man who cuts his hair short after having it super long is like an angel cutting its wings. That's my personal opinion. That's just me. Like, I don't like my sketch and then I don't get the courage to even try liner. Maybe you should be like one of those people who don't even do liner. And just like clean up their sketch and call it a day. So you dislike Thor. I was genuinely so upset when they cut his hair. I remember that. I was like, no! They cut Chris Hemsworth's hair. I still find it hard to make them not seem androgynous. Well, you can have a very masculine man with long hair. I was literally telling my students today that we were talking about like anatomy. One of my students was like, I really struggle to draw female anatomy. And I was like, guess what? They're exactly the same. They lied to you. You've been lied to. The only minor difference between men and women is that women have a chest sometimes. And they sometimes have wider hips. And that's pretty much about it. Like, there really isn't too much different going on. The skeleton is pretty much exactly the same. It's like you've been lied to. It's like, I promise they're really not that different. That's how I feel about hair, too. I'm like, what do you mean feminine hair, masculine hair? That isn't a thing. People are just people. Androgynous is super fun, yeah. My hair's past my shoulders a little and it's wired. Weird because I normally have very short hair. My hair gets caught in my waist belt when I put on pants. So you can imagine how long my hair is. I love having super long hair. I have super long, like, straight Asian hair. And it's like, the one thing, you know, it's like everybody has, I think, physical insecurities. That's like not a secret. And I think, like, the one thing that I am like, I do not have insecurity about this at all. My hair is perfect. I don't care. My hair is phenomenal. It is super long. It's really soft as well, which I get from my mother. And my dad's hair grows really, really long, and it's very thick and, like, strong. So, like, my hair is able to take a lot of damage, so I dyed it a lot, and it was perfectly fine. Like, androgynous, I don't want that all the time. Yeah, that's fair. We got some crayons over here. Some are broken. This eraser, because it's used a lot, it's an oval now. And it has the little, like, pencil perks that every kid does. Hair reached critical mass at butt level. I could never grow longer, so I gave up. That's fair. I need to get my hair trimmed because there's some parts of my hair that are, like, dying at the ends, and that's because, like, it was bleached hair that I haven't trimmed yet. And, like, the rest of my head is, like, natural, except for, like, my front part, obviously. Like, you see my little avatar. That's what my hair looks like. And, like, I need to... I need to clean that up later. Oh, we could have a poster that's, like, wasn't put up properly. And it's, like, falling over. Yeah. It's got the little tape corners in there. Yeah, that's it. Ah, this is fun! This one's so fun. I love this. My class cool story about how she was genuinely offered a NASA job and she chose teaching. That's fun. You gotta trim the ends after bleaching. Yeah, no, because here's the thing is that I used to have... My hair, it used to be peekaboo hair. I had peekaboo hair for, like, a couple years. So what that meant is, like, I had, like, my normal hair, and it's, like, really, really long, and then the insides of my hair were dyed. So it was just that, and then my outside of my hair was totally fine, but I stopped doing that, and I haven't trimmed that bleach section, and it's, like, almost completely out of my hair by now, just because of how much growth has happened since then, but it's not completely gone. So I'm like, I just need to trim so that it's gone. But love my dyed hair. I also love my dyed hair. Yeah, peekaboo's so fun. What else can I do? Let's add some toys up here. Somebody give me toys. It's one well-furnished treehouse. Yeah! It's a little kid that brings up their stuff all the time. Oh, let's have a crushed juice box. They're, like, in the middle of drying, and they've completely forgotten to take the juice box back downstairs. I love juice boxes, bro. I had juice boxes all the time when I was a kid. Blahoy! You're so right. Puzzle piece, Tamagotchi, Webkins, xylophone. Xylophone's kind of funny. A little xylophone here with this, and then like the little string thing is hanging off here. Nerf bullets everywhere. You have described my house, dude. You're right. I should have Nerf bullets everywhere. I find Nerf bullets in my room sometimes. I don't even have the Nerf guns up in my room, but they're around. Oh, and a toy drum. I can have a toy drum. There's this xylophone here. We can have a toy drum too. Okay, that should be good. Cute! I like that. And there's like a little ladder. That's like the end of a ladder up here. Cute. Okay. I like that. Capri Suns were the best. Capri Sun was pretty good. I did like me a good Capri Sun. Regardless of where you are, there will be a Lego somewhere. True. My best friend gave me Lego orchids for my birthday a little bit ago. I love them. They're up on my shelf. What software am I using? I'm using Photoshop. Exclamation point device, Jesse. Speaking of, I just recently, because I've been using Photoshop 2023 for so long because I just refused to update it. And I finally updated it after years. And I'm like, it looks pretty much the same. But there are just small little, like, quality of life things that have kind of changed that actually make stuff a lot better. There's one thing that kind of annoyed me, and it's like probably just because I haven't updated it in forever, but this menus, things have reversed. So merge down, these merge ones used to be at the bottom, and like I'm so used to clicking these that it's like I usually go all the way back here. Clipping mask also used to be up here. So like going here, I'm just like, oh, where are they? Where are they? Because I'm so used to going down here, and I'm like, no, my muscle memory, it's lost. Severely upsetting, but you know, it is what it is. Oh, warheads. I remember when warheads were newer, and there was like warhead challenges going around. And my best friend at the time, she had the craziest tolerance for maybe any flavor ever. She had a crazy spice tolerance, but she had a really heavy tolerance for pretty much anything. And we gave her a warhead to try. Like, and like, you know, it's just like, hey, it's like, you wanna try this? It's like, it's super sour. I don't know, it's like, try eating it without, like, making a face. And she did. And we were like, what? You know, us in 7th grade, we were like, that's insane. Right? To this day, I still have not eaten a warhead because I didn't want to. Couldn't take it, yeah. Warheads are good, but they hurt after a few. Yeah, because it's acid. It's literally burning away your skin. That's what they do. Like, warheads, I remember at first had, like, a warning. It's like, don't eat too many, because it's, like, bad for you. Obviously, it's candy, so it's bad for you, but, like, in like, multiple senses, because, like, they're so sour to the point that it's, like, it can, like, hurt. Anything sour, spicy, but I hate sweet things. You hate sweet things? That's crazy. I've got a crazy sweet tooth, so I'm like, that's unfathomable to me. Can also resist a sour phase. Yeah. I love lemon candy. I love lemon flavored things. I miss warheads during elementary school. The bus driver always handed them out. Oh, that's so fun. Banned from Nerf because I was just I see. Salsa depends. I love a good salsa, but like some salsas are kind of like whatever. I am more of a guac person, personally. I'm like, I like salsa, but I prefer guacamole. I am more of a guac gal. But I do love a good salsa. I have like a family friend, she makes like a homemade salsa, and it's like layered with like sour cream and like cheese, and then there's a layer of guac underneath it too, and it's like a big mix. It's so good. I love lemon flavored things. I love lemon squares. I love lemon meringue pie. Lemon desserts are so good. I love lemon iced loaf. That's also really good. Oops. Good stuff. Lemonade delicious. Love lemonade. Avocado salsa. Is that a thing? Is that not just guac? I don't know. I'm not too well versed in this. Couldn't find a spicy cheese dip anywhere. I bought them. It's so good. Oh, pink and yellow Starburst. I love all Starburst. I don't think there's any Starburst that I dislike. Oh, strawberry lemonade is so good. Might be a secret autism thing. No, because lemon flavored desserts are delicious. They are. They're just so good. Avocado tastes like stale air. You're crazy. I love avocado. I love avocado in things. I won't have it on its own, but I love avocado in things. I love poke. If you don't know what poke is it's a Hawaiian food. It is like it's like a sushi bowl. It's like raw fish and like a bunch of other toppings put together. It's delicious. I love my poke with I love there being just like a bunch of avocado in there with like the like seasoned or like the marinated salmon. So good, dude. Guac is good. Oh, a Shirley Temple. Shirley Temples are okay, I am of age to drink. I don't drink those. So every time that I end up going to a bar, I get a Shirley Temple. Which like the one with alcohol is called a Dirty Shirley, but it's the thing that like you get if you are like you don't drink. If you get a Shirley Temple. Every kid who like goes to like like a restaurant and like has the and like wants to seem cool, like they're drinking like a cocktail, they're like, give me a Shirley Temple. Like every kid. It's so good though. Shirley Temple was a person? I don't know. Are they? It might be. It's also a drink. So if it's a person, then the drink is named after them. Mexican rap is not complete without some spicy guac. It's real. It's a person too? Okay, then the drink is named after the person. There we go. Alright, chips and salsa time. Blanket genuinely like changes flavor. It's the combined veggie stuff, but I blend it. Maybe. Like, it could just be like a cocktail thing. Like, maybe you just enjoy that. Oh my god, speaking of blending, this is just another story that just came to mind. When I was in 7th grade, so if you don't know this, I am missing a few teeth. It's my molars in the back of my mouth. Not my wisdom teeth, like actual molars I'm missing. And that's because my molars started growing incorrectly. I had something that was called impacted molars. And what that means is that, you know how teeth, they usually grow straight up, right? Straight up out of the gums. And that's how your teeth should grow, right? Straight up out of the gums. For me, my last 2 molars were growing sideways. And what that would do is it would like push up my gums and would cause my upper teeth to bite onto my gums, while these teeth like grew onto the sides and like would cause problems here. And again, like it would hurt with like the molars up here, right? Really bad, really awful. So the dentist was like, you gotta get them removed, right? I'm 12 at the time. And my dentist is like, okay, we're gonna get these removed. And I had 4. What they had to do is they had to remove the bottom ones that were growing impacted, but they couldn't just leave the upper ones there, so they had to remove those too. So I have 4 teeth missing, and then I had to also get my wisdom, and they were like, well, we're in there already, let's just remove your wisdom teeth early. So I had 4 wisdom teeth, so in one day when I was 12, I had 8 teeth removed. Okay, and it's a good thing that they removed them early because, like, A, the swelling wasn't too bad because they hadn't grown out completely, and B, I'm young, so recovery was a lot better for me. But regardless, on the topic of blending, I had teeth removed, so obviously I can't eat anything, like, solid. On top of that, I had just gotten braces. They didn't put brackets on those last teeth because they're getting removed anyway, but I had braces at the same time, and I had had them for less than a month. So I had 8 teeth removed, and I had braces put on for the first time. And if you've ever had braces, you know that that first month is horrible for having braces, right? Because they're tight, and it feels like your teeth are being, like, pulled, right? Awful. Terrible, right? So obviously I can't have anything solid. So what my parents did, is they would give me food blended up. They would give me blended food. It didn't matter what it was. They would just give everything to me in soup form. So one of my favorite soups that my mother gave me, it was, ready for this? It was chicken, broccoli, mushroom soup, rice, and I believe mashed potato. All sort of blend. They got like a magic bullet, put it all in there and blended it up and fed it to me. Well, they didn't feed it to me, but like, you know, they gave me a bowl and I would like eat it. Right? And that sounds crazy, right? That sounds like you're like, oh my god, ew, right? Delicious. It's actually so good. I'm not even like joking. It was actually like so good. Right? I recommend everybody, you should try blending up your food at least once. And turn it into soup of some kind. Fairy was earning teeth that day. So true. It is genuinely my one big regret that I have, that I did not ask to keep my teeth. Because, like, I know that I could have asked, and they probably would have given me a little container with my teeth in it. But I didn't. And I missed my one opportunity to keep my own teeth. Genuinely so upset about that. I am the bone lady. Why don't I have my own teeth? Because if you don't have texture issues, there's no reason it wouldn't be viable. Your teeth are just an inefficient blender. It's true. Yeah. I don't really have... The only thing I have texture issues with is fruit, I've learned. But otherwise, I'm like... I'm not picky. I'm like, I will just eat it. I think the very first solid thing I had in like 2 weeks was scrambled eggs and cheese. And I was like, yo, I don't have to drink it. This goes crazy. Loving how your lines are so expressive. Thank you. I like imperfect lines. I think they're fun. I'm picky over meat textures, despite the texture of chicken and fish alike. Do you? No, that's so upsetting. I love fish. Okay, wait, all fish? How do you feel about raw fish? Because raw fish is where it's at. It'll be so upsetting. Do you not like raw fish? That'll be so upsetting. Do you prefer your skulls with or without the mandible? I prefer them with. Because it's nice, especially if you have, like, skulls with, like, teeth. Or, like, if you're using them as, like, reference, then you can position the mandible so you can get how that moves. It's great. I don't like fish at all. No! I'm so upset for you. You're missing out on so much. One of my close friends tried oysters for the first time, and, like, oysters are delicious. It's kind of a gross texture, I will say that. If you're a texture person, you probably won't like it. But I love oysters so much, and I want... Oh, tuna melt! Oh, you speak my language. My dad... That was my childhood lunch. My dad would make tuna melts all the time. He still makes tuna melts sometimes. They're my favorite. I love tuna melts so much. Hey, oyster, you're crazy. I love oyster, dude. Oyster's so good. Adding little cracks and little, like unfinished details like this really helps add to the imperfection and the... What do you call it? The imperfection and the well usage of the items that you have, right? Things like these small little details, and they can really, really add a lot to what it is that you are illustrating, right? Actually, I don't think I'll have all these little extra lines here. Maybe 1 or 2, but it doesn't need to be that intense. Yeah, adding these like little like extra kind of textural details, it makes the space feel lived in, right? What place holds my favorite burger? Oh no. There are two places here. Okay. There are two places here. One of them is called South Street. South Street Burger. It's kind of like a half fast food place. Their burgers are so good though. They're like the thick, chunky, kind of like juicy burgers. Love those. And then there's another place that's not fast food, but it's called The Works. And The Works has even juicier, big, chunky burgers. They're so good. I love The Works. I haven't been in so long. I've only been twice. But their burgers are big and juicy enough to the point where they serve them with a, like, fork and knife. Because they're so huge. I love burgers. My heaven. Yeah, I love burgers. There was also, I know you don't like fish, but there was an ahi tuna burger at a place called Joey's around here. And it's like seared tuna and like salad and like stuff like that. So good. So good. Well, you know, this ladder kind of is like kind of off, but you know what? It kind of adds to it, so we'll keep it. Seared. Yeah. So what it is it's like the center, it's like a patty, right? And the center is like a little more raw, but the edges are all like just cooked just enough to where it's like it's almost like rare. A meat, like a rare steak, right? Sounds really good. Oh, I love fish and chips. Burger and fish, so true. I've had so much raw fish this past week, actually. Like, more than I probably should have had. But I don't care. It was worth it. I love raw fish. Like, I had sushi on... I had sushi on Wednesday night. I had poke on Tuesday for lunch. Oh, okay. Well, I only had it twice. But that's more than I should have, I think. It's true school burgers aren't from cows. Now, here's the thing. I have never had, like, a school where cafeteria lunch was, like, a requirement. You know? Like, in elementary, middle school, we didn't have a cafeteria. We all just ate in our own classrooms and had to bring our own lunch. High school, we had a cafeteria, and there was, like, food that you could get there, but, like, most of the time people just brought their own food. And, like, it wasn't like there was, like, lunch plans or anything. You could just buy it if you want it. And I had never seen... There were no burgers at my, like, class... Like, at my high school cafeteria. But they did have really, really good mac and cheese. They had really good mac and cheese. And, like, the snack that most people bought from the cafeteria was the potato wedges. Because those were also pretty good. The potato wedges, I got the mac and cheese a lot when I was, like, feeling lazy and didn't want to, like, pack lunch. And they also had really good cookies. They had, like, cookies that were $1, and they were, like, the really big, chunky cookies that are, like, bigger than your hand. So, like, people would buy cookies a lot, too. Raw fish is too good to care, genuinely. Stop buying cafeteria food after they gave me some undercooked chicken burger. Ew. Oh, there you go. Yeah, garlic saves lives. I believe that. Except vampire lives. You're so... Ah, Joe, you're funny. That sounded so sarcastic. That was funny, though. You're so right. Love me a good vampire. Recently tried ketchup and eggs. Oh, I love ketchup on eggs. I put ketchup on my eggs all the time. What do you mean you can't? Ketchup on eggs is where it's at, bro. What are you talking about? Can't believe this. Can't believe you. I'm joking. You're fine. You're entitled to your opinion, even if it's wrong. But, like, that's okay. Ketchup on eggs is baffling to me as salt on watermelon. Well, I don't know about salt on watermelon. I've heard that balsamic vinegar on strawberries is really good. Like, I've heard that that's, like, where it's at. Because it's, like, the salty and the sweet is supposed to be really, really good. I love ketchup on eggs, though. I do cheese ice. Yeah! Scramble with cheese and salt. Good. Good start. And then, okay. Cafeteria in high school, everybody just caught onto the opportunity and brought all the foods and snacks to sell. You let the bottom cook until it's brown. Until it's brown? Huh? What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean the bottom? These are scrambled. Like, oh, okay. I was gonna say, I'm like, you burn it? Okay, golden brown is fine. That's fair. I am like, okay, the snack that my father and I would share when I was a kid. I never used to like egg yolks. The way that my dad would make eggs, for my brother and I, he would like, what do you call it? Like, he would like, when we like, say we had like sunny side up, right? He'd make the sunny side up, my brother and I would get 2 each, and my brother and I would trade. It would be like, I would get all of his egg whites, or no, originally my brother and I, like, we would just not eat our yolks, and my dad would eat our yolks, and then we would just, like, eat the whites of our eggs, right? Because you're a kid, you don't want egg yolks. When I got older, my dad was like, Jess, come here, I'm gonna show you my favorite snack. And he made a soft boiled egg, and didn't really peel it. He just kind of cut it in half, and then took a spoon and scooped out the yolk, and then just ate it. Delicious. I was like, that was my everything. So then from then on out, when my brother and I would have eggs, oh, deviled eggs are delicious. When my brother and I had eggs, it would then be that, like, my dad would make, like, let's say sunny side up again, and he would give me his yolks and I would give him my whites, because it turned out that I just started to dislike the egg whites, and I would just eat the egg yolks straight, and that was like how we made our eggs. So one day I told my Uncle Andrew that, who's more of a chef than my father is. My dad is a really good cook, and my Uncle Andrew's like a chef. And it was, oh, it's so good. My Uncle Andrew, we told him, it's like, here's, like, I'm gonna make eggs for breakfast, like, visiting my cousins. And my brother and I were like, oh, I'm weird, because I prefer the yolks, and James likes the whites of eggs. My uncle's like, oh, okay. So the way that he did it was he cooked the eggs, he cracked them in half, and like while they're raw, and he separated the yolks from the whites, and he cooked them so that only the whites were cooked for my brother, and then he only cooked the yolks for me. So it's like we didn't even need to, like, separate them. It was so funny. I was like, he just handed me a plate of thick cut bacon and just egg yolks. And then he handed my brother a plate of thick cut bacon and just egg whites. Sunny side up. It was so funny. I was like, what the? I had never had my eggs made like this before. But it was peak. It was so good. I love eggs. That's good. Alright. Oh, breakfast for dinner is so good. I love breakfast for dinner. Breakfast for dinner is the best. Lord have mercy. Egg wizard. Bacon pancakes later in the day, better than normal breakfast. So true. I agree. I love breakfast for dinner. The very first time I had thick cut bacon, it was at a steakhouse in Ottawa. And that was a life-changing experience, because the only time I'd ever seen thick-cut bacon was in Howl's Moving Castle, and every time that I watched Howl make that thick-cut bacon, I'm like, I need this in my life. I don't know where to get it, but I want it so bad. So then at this steakhouse that we went to for my dad's 50th birthday, something like that, 50-something birthday, or no, it was my uncle's 50th birthday. Right. It was my other Uncle Andrew's 50th birthday. And we went to a steakhouse, and they had thick cut bacon as part of, like, a meat platter. Life-changing experience. It was like you drizzled, like, maple syrup on it. Oh. Oh my god. Literally life-changing experience. Like, when I went to that omakase, like, I was never the same again. I'm like, I'll never have sushi and think of it the same way again. Thick cut bacon is so good. It's genuinely so good. And again, like the salt, and you put on like a little, it's super salty, and then you put on like the maple syrups. It's like the sweet and so good, bro. Yeah, the Howl's Moving Castle thick cut bacon is so good. Started liking eggs right when the prices went up, and yeah. Hi, hello. Welcome back. No, thick cut bacon is where it's at. If you have never had thick cut bacon, highly recommend. Literally life-changing experience for me. Are you back? Are you sure? We are so back, Minsky. We are so back. Learn to make omelets. I'm addicted and get sad when I run out of tomato to make them. I love Spanish omelets. I'm a huge fan of Spanish omelets. The way that my mother makes them, she makes them a little bit different. And it's like she adds like fish oil and like other things to it. And it's like, I'd kill. I hate the fat on bacon. It's a texture thing again. I want meat, not chewing gum. You gotta have the right bacon then. My partner hated bacon. He was like, he's very much like grew up in like a part of, like, he grew up with, like, surrounded by like the kind of gross, like really oily, really like sticky kind of bacon that it's like, I guess considered like the American dream kind of bacon, quote unquote. And like he hated it, right? My dad makes, what my dad does is when he makes Thanksgiving turkey, he wraps the turkey in maple bacon. And it gains like a glaze, and it's like a little bit candied, so it's like, it's salty, but it's like still a little sweet too. And I'm like, and my partner, it's like the only time he'll eat bacon. He loves it. Exactly. It's that thing where it's like you just gotta have the right bacon. Bacon jerky recently. Oh, bacon jerky's delicious. I love jerky. Jerky is my jerky is like my dog treats. I love jerky. I remember once I went on a walk and I was like, I need a little treat for myself, and I got myself teriyaki jerky. Pork teriyaki jerky. My favorite thing. Pork bites. So good. I'm like a little dog. My little treats. Is there a single person who doesn't like jerky? I know a couple people who don't like jerky. Because they don't really like how salty it is. And like, that's fair. I am a salt fiend. I'm Filipino. So I'm like, salt is like in my veins. Salt. Genuinely. My brother used to call himself the sodium boy. He watches his salt more now that he's older, but he used to just have so much salt when he was a kid. Put way too much salt on macaroni. You probably shouldn't put too much salt on macaroni. Put so much soy sauce on rice. Here's what your alternative should be. Okay. On macaroni, don't put normal salt, put garlic salt. So it's less, you need less, tastes just as good. Soy sauce on rice, don't use soy sauce. Try and see if you have furikake in your area. You need less of it, just as salty as soy sauce. Okay, yes, you should not put that much soy sauce on rice. Salt is the English national dish. Ah, it's your favorite spice. I'm joking, this. Oh, teriyaki jerky's so good. Yeah, that's so much sodium. That's so much sodium. That's so bad for you. I personally don't fall into the trap of too much soy sauce. I can restrain. I don't tend to add that much soy sauce. I'm like, a couple drops is usually enough for me. I'm like, I don't really add that much. Because, like, again, I add furikake instead. I'm like, I add a little bit of furikake. And, like, that's enough for me. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's a Japanese rice seasoning. It is, oh no. It's a little bit of seaweed, sesame, bonito flakes sometimes, MSG, I think. Which MSG is the spice of the gods. I'm just saying, it's ichor. The flavor profile that makes anything taste better is MSG. Oh, furikake is so good. Yeah, MSG is the flavoring of the gods. MSG isn't even that bad for you, is the thing. Is that it was like a whole thing. Like it's actually based on propaganda why people think it's bad for you. MSG is actually healthier for you than salt. It's a healthy alternative. Gotta train my spice tolerance. You and me both. I'm also Jamaican, and my cousins make fun of me because I can't handle spice. I'm so bad with spice. I have an awful spice tolerance. It's my cousin's like, how are you gonna be Jamaican? You can't even handle eating a patty. And I'm like, I'm sorry. Oh, mac and cheese is so good. Yeah, it's got lower sodium, yeah. It's so mean. They're right, though. The most spice that I can handle is, like, wasabi. And even then, like, wasabi's a different kind of spice. I can barely handle normal spice. For those of you who are... I don't know what culture this is. I can't... I'm so bad with... Hang on. South Asian. For those of you who are South Asian... I went to a sari party when I was younger. I was invited to one. A sari ceremony, which for those of you who don't know, girls turn 16. And it's like a thing. I don't totally know the entire thing, so I apologize. I can't explain it all. But at the party they had it was a curry, it was a goat cheese curry. Oh no, I can't remember the name. No, I went to this party when I was like 15, 16. It's like a goat cheese in like a curry. It was so spicy. It's supposed to be like a not spicy curry, but it was so spicy. It was so delicious though. I love Indian spice, but the problem is that I love the flavoring so much. I'm so awful with spice that I can usually never eat it. Because it hurts too bad. And I'm like, ugh, so painful. I don't remember what it's called. Oh, no, hang on. I can find it. I have Google. Goat cheese curry. What's it called? Goat cheese curry. Name. Paneer. Halloumi paneer. That's it. It's paneer. Oh, so good though. Yeah, wasabi's strong. Indian spice is mild to typical low hot in America and Europe. I was just so bad with it. But I kept eating it and my dad was like, you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm dying, but it's so good. I want to keep eating it. I need coffee. I didn't like it on its own. Yeah, creamer... Again, I can only have lattes. I'm not a big coffee person. Like, I love coffee, but I can't just have black coffee. I need a lot of sugar. I'm like, I can have like a little bit of cream, but I need a lot of sugar. Paneer is so rich and good. Paneer is so good. Halloumi means creamy. I thought it was a type of cheese. You can put paneer in any curry. It's a good substitute for meat. Yeah, I was just so like, it was like just a paneer curry. I was so good though. Do I like any teas? Yeah. I am a big tea person. I love green tea. My favorite is orange pico. I love green tea. I love Earl Grey. I love... you know what? Actually, I think oolong and orange pico are up there for me. I love jasmine. I am more of an herbal tea person. I also cannot have... I dislike sweet tea. I dislike sweet tea. I dislike iced tea. I'm like, if I'm going to have my tea, I want it to stay bitter. I want to taste the leaf. I'm like, I don't want to toss in a bunch of, like, sweetener. I'm like, that's no fun. I love hot tea as well. Yeah, I love hot tea. I am Chinese, so I like boba. Love black tea. Black tea is the best. It's the best. If it's hot, I want black tea. But I will put in, obviously I'll have sugar if I'm getting, like, a boba. You know. Bubble tea is just really good. You've never had green tea? Really? I'm like, green tea is just a standard, I guess, like, in this area. I have a friend, he's from Kentucky, and Kentucky, for those of you American, they love their sweet tea. Like, sweet tea is just everything. Right. And I was like southern sweet tea, you know, that kind of thing. Which they have to specify unsweetened tea, or else you're gonna get it sweetened immediately. And I'm like, that's crazy. But anyway, he ordered us a sweet tea at a KBBQ, and I went down to Georgia a couple years back, and he's like, says to myself, my best friend, we're both down there, he's like, you should try the sweet tea. I try the tea, and I'm like, I hate this. And he's like, it's good, right? And I'm like, no. I'm like, this is awful. I'm like, I hate this. Why is it so... Why this? And he's like, it's good. And he gave some to my best friend. Same reaction. They were like, why? Like, I hate this. This is not right. You wouldn't fit in the South. You don't like sweet tea. Yeah, no, I don't. I wouldn't fit in the South. I know I wouldn't. It's so funny that I like homemade pizza so much more than professional. No, there's something different about having something homemade by comparison to going out to eat it. Like, homemade stuff is just so good. There's a pizza place that's near me, and, like, it's changed my view on pizza forever. And I'm like, I can't have... It's close enough to me where I will not say the name, but I'm like, I love that pizza so much. It's genuinely, like... It changed my perspective on pizza forever. And, like, I will not have any other kind of pizza. Because it's just ruined me. It's like this artisan pizza. It's just so good. Leaf soup. Chamomile for me for a little honey and lemon added. Always calms down when I'm stressed. I had chamomile when I was younger. I didn't like chamomile. I'm like, maybe I have to try it again. But I'm like, I didn't like it when I was a kid. I couldn't stand chamomile. But my mom loves chamomile. I'm like, is there something I'm missing? I'm like, maybe I just don't like it. Ugh. Keep your pizza secrets. I will. It's a little too close to where I live to where I'm comfortable saying the name. As long as you don't put pineapple on pizza, you're fine. I think that the pineapple on pizza hate is too extreme. I hated pineapple on pizza when I was 7, and then I grew up and I realized it's pretty good, actually. Pineapple pizza's so good. Yeah, pineapple on pizza's delicious. Don't gatekeep pizza ingredients. Yeah, I'm saying pizza, pineapple on pizza. I think it gets too much hate. I think it's delicious. I love a good Hawaiian pizza. Opinions on flavored water. Garbage. Next. It just tastes like watered down juice. Just have juice. I don't like it. I like how the sweet balances the oily flavors. I agree. I think it does a good job at, like, neutralizing a few of the salty, oily things that comes with a pizza, you know? Who did this? Kevin. Was it Kevin or was it Joe? Hang on. Can I vote on this? Can I vote on? I can't even vote. It was you? Okay. Oh, I love mango juice. Mango juice is delicious. I love that this whole stream has just been us talking about food. I think that's fun. I think that's silly. I gave my lesson on visual storytelling, and it's just been food opinions from here on out. I enjoy that. You guys are fun. It's winning. Vindication. Yeah! Hey, mango system for me. Mango on pizza I have never had. But pizza's just one of those things that's like, I feel like somebody has tried it before. It's like the ingredients probably somebody has decided that they wanted to try it before. So I'm like, I'm not even, at this point, I'm like, sure, man. Look, what if it's good, you know? I'm not even gonna question anymore. Thoughts on dessert pizzas? Oh, I love dessert pizzas. I remember once I was walking around, it was like a, what was it? I was at an event of some kind. Family friend is there. She's walking around. She's an adult woman. I'm not an adult woman at the time. She's walking around. She just has a dessert pizza. And I was like, what? What is that? And she's like, you want some? And she just hands me a slice and walks away. It was a s'mores dessert pizza. So it was a layer of like chocolate, and then it was like a graham cracker dust, like, what do you call it? Graham cracker dust, like, crushed. And then there was like marshmallows and other pieces of graham cracker and chocolate on top. Delicious. Life changed forever. Oh, s'mores are so good. I love a good s'more. S'mores dessert pizza slice sounds great. Oh, it was delicious. It was so good. I think it was from Dairy Queen, which I don't know. Some people, apparently a lot of people in America hate Dairy Queen, so I'm like, I don't know how many of you are American. Ice cream and fries is so good, actually. dipping your fries in like a soft serve ice cream. Oh, I remember when I was in, oh man. I remember I was in university. One of my classmates, he's from the Dominican. He never had, like, there's a lot of foods that he just hadn't had, right? The kind of Western experience, I guess. And at one point, we went to McDonald's, right? I want to say like 10 p.m. It's after a class. We're sitting there and we had just gotten like food in the cafeteria. And he is sitting there. He got fries and a McFlurry. He'd never had a McFlurry before. And I looked at him. I was like, hey man. He goes, yeah. And I'm like, what you should do. Okay, you're going to take the fry. You're going to dip it in the McFlurry. You're going to eat it. And he goes, what? And I'm like, trust me. Trust me. And he goes, okay. I watch him go, like, I watch him dip it in. This is also around the time when it was the McDonald's, like, thank you, Joe, for the $10. It was also around, like, Christmas, and there's, like, the peppermint McFlurry going on right now, and I watch him, like, dip in the fry and eat it, and I watch him, like, just look at me like this. Like, I watch his expression just, like, genuinely. I watch him just do this, and he goes, yo! Right? He does it for the rest of his fries. And I was like, I told you. I told you. It's peak. It's so funny. Burger King menus, fries, chicken fries, matcha fries. Burger King is disgusting. Burger King, don't eat at Burger King. Ew. What are you talking about? Burger King is awful. Life-changing McFlurry and fries. No, genuinely, yeah. I forgot you were trying for these conversations. I forget I'm drawing all the time. Yeah, this is an art stream. Yeah, can you believe it? D-tier fast food fries. Genuinely, no, Burger King is disgusting. We ain't out here with Burger King. Peak! Royal Art, I respect you for many things. This opinion is not one of them. Literally, how dare you? Burger King is disgusting. What are we talking about here? Burger King is such fast food slop. Like you know, it's like, oh, fast food, it's gross, but like you still eat it. And then like it's like you're guilty, but like McDonald's, Wendy's, right? Wendy's is pretty good, but it's like that kind of thing, you know. Burger King is actual slop. It is disgusting, dude. Everything tastes like plastic. You ever seen like Teletubbies, Tubby custard? That's what I'm talking about, bro. Oh, Wendy's is way better than Burger King. You kidding me? Oh yeah, Wendy's is up there. Wendy's is up there for good fast food. It's Canadian, but South Street is S tier, like, fast food. New York fries is also S tier fast food, I say. That's real. Seldom go to fast food places anymore. That's better for you. I applaud that. That's good for you. Realistically, you shouldn't have fast food that often, if at all. Like, fast food every once in a while, it's fast food for a reason. It's meant to just be consumed fast and just if you need like a fast meal. But like, not doing it that often or not having it at all, yeah. Good for you. Good on you. Oh, Wendy's chicken nuggets are so good. Wendy's chicken nuggets are so good, actually. Why would there be a bone in my pizza? Boneless pizza! I want my pizza boneless. Oh, the Wendy's spicy nuggets are good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, American fast food is rough. I remember visiting Ohio to visit my partner. The first thing I did when I got back was I ate mall sushi because I was like, I needed something that wasn't fried. Like, I felt like I had just had nothing but fried and, like, greasy food for, like, 9 days, and I'm like, I need something else. Like, I need something that is not, like, cooked. I need something raw. So I had sushi as I came home, and I'm like, oh my god, I missed this. The mall sushi, genuinely, it's like I had to have mall sushi because I'm just like, I need something that's not cooked. I need something that's raw. I'm like, I will take anything. And honestly, mall sushi where I'm at, not that bad. It's not good. It's super mid, but it's not that bad. Larry, thank you for the gifted sub. Appreciate you. Gifted membership. Panther Picks, make sure you say thank you. You haven't been to a mall? Where are you? Sorry, don't answer that. You haven't been to... You've... Lobster is common where you are. You've never had green tea, never been to a mall before. Are you in the basement from the Blair Witch Project? What are we... What... 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 My mall sushi's so mid, we have nothing local. That's fair. We've got tons of sushi options. Like, mall sushi is super mid, but it's like, it's not bad. But we've got like tons of actual sushi places. And then the back rooms, yeah, genuinely, are you in the... Are you in the back rooms? What are we talking about? Enjoy your gifted membership. Check out the exclusives. Like the Like the hidden membership Discord. Check that out. I hang out in there more. I just talk about taking me to a mall soon enough. I cannot believe you've never been to a mall. That's crazy. What the? Haven't been able to find any leg warmers. Okay, so so your mall has Hot Topic? But you've never been... I'm genuinely so, like, don't tell me, but I'm so... Where are you? Like, no, I'm not disappointing you. I'm fascinated. I'm like, what the... Where are you located where it's, like, lobsters are common? You've never been to a mall, but your mall has Hot Topic. And, that's crazy. You get to see the secrets now. You do. No, don't tell me. Genuinely, don't tell me. Don't tell me. Don't say where you are. Nobody say your location. That's just... Do not tell me. Lobster's clear enough. I mean, maybe. I'm not in the States. I'm not American. Yeah, don't share your personal info. Keep yourself safe. A secret film base under a rock. Oh, oops. No, it's not so secret anymore. Oh, no, bro. That means they're gonna come for you. They're gonna get you. Who? Doesn't know. They're gonna get you. I'm disappointed. I'm fascinated. I am, though. I'm genuinely fascinated. I'm so like, what? It was like, I had, okay, maybe this is like privilege. Maybe this sounds privileged. Again, where I am located, really, really easy to get a bowl of ramen, right? You go anywhere, you can find a local, like, ramen shop, super easy, right? Not hard at all to get just, like, a bowl of ramen. I had a student who had never had ramen outside of, like, just, like, the instant noodle cups. Baffling. I was baffled. I was like, really? You've never... Really? And I was so, like... I was genuinely so, like, fascinated, because I'm like, yeah, it's just... You know? Miss my Hot Topic. You got a couple Hot Topics around here. Yeah, ramen at Costco is only, you know, because it's very common here to just, like, you just walk around. Yeah, there's, like, a ramen shop or ramen places that are just around. And it's, like, obviously we have cup noodle, too. Like, we've got, like, the instant stuff. But, like, it's not like you've... Like, our area, it's just, you can just get ramen really easily. There's just tons of places. But, like, yeah, I never had ramen before, and I was like, what? Am I real? I'm pretty sure. You ever seen that video? Dude, are you real? Dude, I think so. That's actually some pretty solid evidence. Rene Descartes! I have no clue who Rene Descartes is, but I love that video so much. Frequently make Rene Descartes! Yeah! I love that video. Frequently make my internet friends jealous. I'm super privileged, live in a city where I can walk 10 minutes, get like 20 different ethnic foods. Super lucky. You and me both! You and me both, genuinely, because I'm also, again, the one thing I'm comfortable saying, I'm near Toronto, right? I'm near Toronto, most diverse city in the world. So it's, like, I can, whenever, like, friends come up to visit, I'm like, what are you feeling? Like, what food are you feeling like getting? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, just pick, we'll find it. Like, it will not be a thing of, like, do we have that? No, we will. It'll be around. We just have to find it. Like, I can guarantee that cuisine is somewhere. It's just, we just have to find it, and that's literally it. Again, like, super lucky for that. Rene Descartes! Yeah, I love that meme. So funny. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish this. Sorry, guys. It's okay. You guys can have the unfinished one. Maybe I'll finish it off stream at some point, but I'll post the finished one for now. Like, maybe I was only gonna line it anyway. I wasn't planning on coloring this, but. Am I part of any fandoms? I tend to stay away from fandom. I mean, I like things, though. I like Pokemon. I like Pokemon. I'm super normal about Kirby. I like video games in general. Love me a good video game or two. I've been playing Wanderstop recently, which, because I trust Annapurna Interactive with my life. It was really good. Steven Universe! Woo! That's a throwback. Yeah, I tend to stay away from fandom because I like to enjoy myself. I like to enjoy things on my own. But I enjoy things. Yeah, I am stay away. Yeah. I'm super normal about Kirby. I'm definitely super normal about Kirby with my absolute, like, what do you call it? Absolute heap of Kirbys behind me and several Kirby figurines on my desk, and I use a Kirby bowl that I eat out of for my snacks, and I have little Kirby figurines on my camera and my microphone and both my monitors. And my daily bag has several Kirby charms on it. And I'm really normal about Kirby. I'm very normal about Kirby. You should join the Discord. You should join the Discord. Keep Jesse a Kirby fan art. My son. My pink son. Okay. That's 5 o'clock. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I'll try and finish this off of stream. I think this is really cute. I'll probably finish it off stream. If I don't, though, I'll post the unfinished one anyway. But if I feel like finishing it, I'll finish it off stream. One last question. It's good that I'm normal about Kirby. Yeah. If someone a leaving gift, I'll give them a curb of some variety. Kibi time. Have I drank water today? I have a 2-liter bottle of water next to me at all times. Yes, I've drank lots of water. I can't look at a Kirby without thinking of you. I appreciate that. Yes, my legacy. My legacy. But yes, thank you all so much for joining me today. If you're new here, don't know too much about us, don't know much about the channel, hey, wingcanvas.com. Check out the classes that we offer. My mentorship's so popular that we're adding a second one. So if you ever wanted to get college-level courses from me, you can check out that at wingcanvas.com. I've also got my digital art, but that's also full, so I don't think we can have another one of those. Private mentorships with instructors are also available if you want to book us for one-on-one calls. Those are also things that are possible. This file that you see in front of you will be available on the Discord, !Discord, including the notes that I wrote from earlier today. So if you'd like to download those, keep them, save them for you, then you may do so. That is all yours. That will be available on the Discord. If you'd like working files and other fun little perks, you're gonna have to join our Patreon. Become a Patreon, become a member, become a school member, any one of those. Support us over there. You get access to things like the private Discord, some class modules, working files, things like those. Pretty cool, pretty epic. But yeah. Next stream that you guys will have will be with Josh. Josh is going to be up on Monday. He's going to be animating dynamic backgrounds. He's going to be bringing some architecture to life. Pretty epic, pretty sick. And then next week, Wednesday, before the Saturday, you guys are going to have me again. I'm going to be looking at some stuff from Discord, and I'm going to be roasting it. It'll probably be more like just a very harsh crit. I'm not angry enough to do a full roast, but I will be critting everybody's work as harsh as I can for next week, Wednesday. So yeah, Monday you will have Josh. He'll be animating an architectural piece for you. And then on Wednesday it will be me again, and I'll be taking a look at some Discord submissions. So that last chance for you to submit before Wednesday. I'll probably be picking them all on Monday, so keep that in mind. But yes, thank you all so much for joining me today, and I'll see y'all on Wednesday. Au revoir, bye-bye.